Well, a very good morning to you. We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the NAB. Now, is it NAB show or NAB show?
I've always heard it NAB.
Yeah, I don't think they'd like to be called NAB.
If you're international, my international friends always call it NAB.
NAB.
But in the U.S., it's NAB.
NAB show. And I have a great panel of people helping me out because I don't know what I'm doing here. You can take me to CES and I can tell you all about gadgets and gizmos. But when it comes to broadcasting, it's a completely different business. I sit in front of the microphone. These guys know what they're talking about. So let me introduce our panel. We're going to be broadcasting here, I should explain, all day today till 2, and then 9 to 2 tomorrow, Wednesday, and a little bit Thursday, too. In fact, just a little bit, we're going to do Home Theater Geeks. But let me introduce to my left, of course, Kirk Harnack from Telos Corporation, who does our great This Week in Radio Technology show. And this is your show, Kirk.
Yeah,
what is that?
This is our new
the Telos catalog?
It's a new catalog. In fact, there's a little surprise.
I hear there's something in there I should know about.
Yeah, you should know about this. Page 54 of the Telos catalog.
Look at that. That's me and my Axia. Hey, that's great. We love the Axia. That's a nice picture.
Yeah, it's good.
That's really great.
You sent it to us, so we appreciate that.
Oh, Tony took that one. So, Kirk, well, I'll talk to you in a second.
Sure.
Let me introduce the rest of the panel today. We're going to do this for about an hour, and then we're going to go off on the road with this guy, Scott Wilkinson, from the Home Theater Geeks. Scott is the editor-in-chief of the Ultimate AV magazine and a columnist for Home Theater magazine. He's a regular on our radio show and does his own Home Theater Geeks podcast on our network. It's good to have you, Scott.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
And to your right, Mr. Alex Lindsay of the Pixel Corps. And Alex comes here all the time.
This is my big show.
This is nothing new for you. So I'm surrounded by NAB show veterans. So I'm glad because I'm going to have you explain what's going on. For you watching at home, this is the same place that we use at CES. We're in the South Hall with that great hall behind us. But what's so cool about this is, unlike CES where we have the
earthquake
subwoofers behind us. this we're in the display pavilion, which means they've darkened the room so that you can see displays. I've never seen this room so dark and well lit. If there's anything broadcasters know, it's had a light. So of course we have Brent By, our great lighting guy, and Roger Ambrose, who did our beautiful set. So it does look good, but I have to say it helps to have Grass Valley behind us, looking green and beautiful. They're a switcher company, right?
Yes, they
that's
are.
what they do.
Yeah.
A technology company. They got cameras and switchers.
Cameras and everything.
All kinds
Really?
of,
I've always known them as a switcher company, but I'm in radio, not TV. We don't use any Grass Valley.
Right.
But when I was in college, we had this big old Grass Valley.
Oh, that's the big switcher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tech TV had them, too.
And they're now related to Technicolor, right?
I think they are. I think they're owned by
Owned by Technicolor, yeah.
Oh, well.
Or the other way around. One or the other.
One or the other.
They're connected.
Let me ask, let's start with Kirk, because you're a broadcast guy. You actually here for work. I'm sure Telos has a big presence at this event.
Yeah, we do. It costs plenty of money. All these broadcast equipment dealers and companies pay a ton to be here. And the idea, of course, is to get their message out to broadcasters to sell their gear or sell their services.
So just as CES is really aimed at consumer electronics dealers, this is aimed at broadcasters.
At broadcasters.
They will come here, and big broadcasters, right? I mean,
big and sometimes small. It's surprising. From all over the world they come here. In fact, this is about my 23rd NAB.
Wow.
I can't believe I'm that old.
Wow. You don't look that old. You do look better dressed than the rest of us.
And my first experience at NAB 20-some years ago was standing waiting for the NAB shuttle bus to pick us up and go back to the hotel. And
Right.
all around me there are conversations going on in Italian,
Right.
Japanese, and Chinese, and German. And I'm thinking, this Kentucky boy is in the midst. I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Well, in some ways, traditional broadcast gear is even more popular outside the U.S. Radio's having a little struggle in the U.S., but it's booming in Asia.
It is, absolutely. And the big reason for this, and by the way, Telos, about a little over half of our sales come from outside the U.S.
Right.
So we have domestic and international sales. In fact, we're having a big international reception tonight.
Every radio station I've ever worked at has used Telos for its phone hybrid interface, phone interface. Now that I've used an Axia, I see a lot of Axias.
Sure.
That's the control board. The
And you're
mixer.
using Omnia processing too. The
the
audio
great-
on the stream is being.
I was talking to Frank Mass at BE, and
Yeah.
he said we sell a lot of Omnia processors.
Yeah,
This is the king of the hill. On that.
So you mentioned that it's growing internationally, and so many countries where broadcasting used to be exclusively for the government to do,
Right.
they've allowed private broadcasting.
I get it.
So in India, you've got hundreds and soon thousands of transmitters.
I get
now.
it. Okay.
And it's the same in many countries. Even in Germany, private broadcasting is only about 20 years old in Germany. So there's still people are just getting their first or second cycle of getting new equipment.
That makes
places
sense.
like this.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
And Alex, though, it's not just radio; it's also video. I mean, you come here too, right? This is a big event for your business.
Well, absolutely. I
Because
mean,
you're a video production company primarily, right?
Yeah, and so you're seeing a lot of, you typically see a lot of new cameras. There's this
That's
is a
one of
big-
the reasons we're here. We really want to choose some cameras.
Well, and the technology is moving so fast right now. I mean,
man.
this is we look only a couple of years ago, we were using little 1/4 inch or 1/3 inch chips, and now Sony and Panasonic are both doing 35 millimeter or 2 or 4/3 chips for a price that we can actually afford. So. When we thought about full frame sensors, we were thinking $20,000 to $200,000. Now we're thinking $4,500 or $5,000.
Wow.
That Sony announced the price for their NX100, which is going to be about $5,800 without the lens. You're going to see, Panasonic already has the AF100 out. That's $4,500. And you're talking about film look, a real film look, with both of those cameras.
Because the sensor is big enough.
The sensor
Same size as film.
So you're going to have that short depth of field.